What is going on, Turd Nerds? Matt here with Operator Mindset. And in today's video, it's a little bit different. I kind of feel like a news anchor who's got like the live story. But in Georgia, if you are a Georgia water or wastewater operator, heck, if you're going for distribution, collections, laboratory, all of it, this regards the testing facilities, the licensing board. There's been this huge misunderstanding, this huge kind of freak out going on. And I just want everybody to calm down, take a deep breath. It's going to be okay, all right? There has been an official statement released by the Water and Wastewater Certification Board. I'm going to show you where I found it online so that you can go and look for it and read it yourself. But I'm also going to read over it. We'll go through it together. I'll tell you what I think and what I think it means for the future of being a Georgia operator. So if you're in Georgia, if you're in operations, if you got a crazy email and a refund of your money for your exam, take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. There is still a way you can sign up and take your exam even today. Let's get into it. So to start the video, guys, I want to show you where I got the PDF of the official statement from the certification board. So if you are a member of Georgia Rural Water Association, you should have got this email, but in case you didn't, or in case you're not a member in Georgia, you should be, go to www.grwa.org. That is their official website. I'm going to link that in the description of this video. So just go to the description of this video, click more, and click the link. It'll take you right to this website, okay? Once you are here on the Georgia Rural Water Association website, go right here to News and Announcements. And when you click that, the first story as of January 7th, 2026 is right here, January 7th, 2026, updated at 10:42 a.m., update on the water and wastewater exam registration. Click Read More. And then you will receive, this is the PDF that I have that I'm going to go over and we'll talk about right here in this video. So that's where you can find it. Go to the Georgia Rural Water Association official website. Again, link in the description of this video. Go to News and Announcements, and it will be the first news and announcements as of January 7th, 2026. So go there. I'm going to read to you off of this version of it, and it's just the saved PDF. It's just the saved PDF form, but it's going to be easier for me to communicate with it. And I also have it here in person. So let's go over what's happening. Some of you out there may have got refunded your money and got an email saying, hey, you're not qualified to take this exam, or we're not accepting any exams right now. Everyone take a breath. They are. I'm going to tell you how you can fix it. First thing we're going to do is read the first part of this statement, and we're going to talk about what that means. So, the board updated their rules last year to change the exam registration process to require that applicants apply for certification and provide proof that they meet the requisite training, education, and experience requirements before being made eligible to test. This change was largely made due to concerns around the exam, security, and to ensure that all candidates meet the criteria for certification before sitting for the exam, both of which impact the integrity of the exam. So this has been in the works for a while, and the whole purpose of this change is to protect the integrity of the exam, which I believe is important, which you should believe is important, because my license means a lot to me. I worked hard and studied hard to earn it and to get it and to keep it. And so do you. So we don't want just any and everybody having access potentially to answers and questions and just any Joe Blow getting into this industry, right? We want professional operators who care about what they do. So to protect that integrity, and just to make sure you're not signing up for your Class 1 wastewater exam when you're supposed to be signing up for a Class 2, which I think may be kind of hard to do, but I do hear stories that it does happen. So To protect all that, that is the reason they're implementing this change. Let's move on. To implement these changes, updates had to be made to both PSI, who is who you register to take your exam with, and the Professional Licensing Board's division. Effective January 2nd, 2026, the appropriate updates have been made by PSI, but as of today, the Professional Licensing Board's division is still working on making the appropriate updates in the GRWA licensing system. So you have PSI and you have GRWA. GRWA is where your licenses are housed. That's where you go through the board certifications. That is GRWA. PSI is different. You also have to have an account for them, and that is who you are testing through. So it appears as though the changes were made, but not both parties were not on the same page. So let's move on as I lose my place. The GRWA vendor and project team are working to update the initial applications to remove the passing score requirement to submit the application. But the board has not been told when GRWA will be updated to reflect this change. It would have been ideal for these changes to be made for the deployment at the same time as changes to the eligibility process, but that is beyond the board's control. So there you have it. There was obviously a mistake made. I don't want to speculate there what actually happened, but for whatever reason, PSI implemented the changes. The board was apparently not aware, or it did not happen at the same time. So let's move forward in their official statement. The applicants do not have to wait until GRWA update is completed to apply. Did you hear that? You don't have to wait. I think they're about to tell you how to do it. But they will have to upload something to the document section for the passing exam scores to allow them to submit the application. I would suggest, this is a direct quote, a document that says I had to enter something here to submit this application to be made eligible to take my exam. Please note that all of the other required documents must be uploaded appropriately, and the application and submitting incomplete applications can result in delaying the process or even applications being withdrawn, forcing the applicant to reapply. So let's break that down. Originally, the way it has been for a long time, right? GRWA got implemented about 2 years ago now, and that was kind of, a little bit of a thing. But in reality, I really like it. I think it's pretty slick. It's doing pretty good now. But what you originally did was you went to your class, you had your work experience, and then you went and you sat for your exam. You just applied on your PSI website, you scheduled your test, you paid your money, and you went and took the test. If you passed your exam, hopefully you did, then you took your exam score, which was passing, you got all the other documentation required, the affidavit of citizenship, the background check, the work experience. All of that is on the GRWA website. Maybe a future video. You got all of that information together, high school diploma, ID, all of that, and you send it in to the board certification system. At that point, they then reviewed all the documents, everything that you had, and then they saw your passing score, and then they said, okay, we will grant you the license. Essentially, what has happened is all of that is now in reverse. So, as you can see, I didn't have to do or prove anything to go sit for that exam, right? I just signed up, paid the money, and went and took it. So in order for them, as they're claiming in their statement, to protect the integrity of the exam, which I understand and I'm all for, and to keep people from potentially signing up for the wrong exam, which, again, I just think would be hard to do, but I'm not hating on anyone that's done that. What they're doing here is now that whole process is in reverse. So if I want to go take my Class 3 wastewater exam, according to this statement, what I need to do is go into GRWA, get all the documentation that I need, fill all that out properly. So that's your social, your name, your address, your high school diploma, your ID, the work experience, the certificate of proof that you went to that 40-hour class required by the state of Georgia, right, to be eligible for the exam. And then, as of right now, it still says passing score for your exam. Well, since you haven't taken it yet, simply make a Word document, a PDF, get that and upload it where it says to have your score, and make sure it says exactly what they said here. I had to enter something here to submit the application to be made eligible for the exam. In doing that, you will then have all the paperwork needed. Make sure it's notarized, the proper ones, all of that. Turn it all in like you would normally if you had already passed, only you haven't, right? Once that goes through the system, they will put it through the proper channels, and then they will open your application. So now you will be made eligible to sign up for the exam with PSI. So that's how you can do it as of right now. Even though the GRWA website isn't officially updated, simply putting in the slot instead of a passing exam score, putting in a document that says, I had to enter something here to submit the application to be made eligible for the exam. Add that in and send it in, and then they will qualify you to be open to go and sit for the exam. At that point, it's when you could apply for it, pay your money, and then go and take your exam. The end part of their official statement here goes forward to announce how it's going to be in the future and what you expect in the future regarding exams. So moving forward, applicants for certification will need to submit an application for appropriate certification type to the board. Applications are processed by board staff in the order at which they are received. After their application has been processed, the applicant will be notified of any deficiencies and addressed, and the application deemed complete. The applicant will be made eligible to test by the board staff under the new eligibility process effective January 2nd, 2026. So just a few days prior to today. And they will receive notification from PSI on the steps in which they can register for their exam and schedule their test date. After taking the passing exam, PSI is going to just send the exam scores directly to the licensing board. They will enter the results and they will notify board staff, and that application will then be updated. Applicants who do not have to send the board their passing scores anymore or any of that third-party paperwork. If you have any questions regarding this, you should be directed to the board staff and Professional Licensing Board Division at trades3@sos.ga.gov or .gov, Matthew. Come on. So, the way of the future is here now. Yes, the GRWA website has not been officially updated. They are working on it to reflect this, but the way you are able to get around this and still sign up for an exam if you're ready to take one is, instead of entering in your passing score, get all of your paperwork lined up. Get it all notarized, get your background check ready, your affidavit of citizenship, and turn all of that information in. Only where it says passing exam score, you want to enter in a document that you have pre-made, and it needs to say, I had to enter something here to submit the application to be made eligible for my exam. Once you do that, because you have to enter something in every slot, it will then go through and the board will be able to process it. Per their statement, once you have been deemed eligible, then they will open up PSI. And PSI should reach out to you and say, hey, here's the steps you need to take to register. That will become available. You'll be able to schedule your test, pay for it, and then go take it. And then after that, it's not like it used to be. Instead of having to round up all the paperwork then, your test results are going to go straight to the licensing board, and they will be able to process that and hopefully get you returned quicker and get you your license issued a lot faster than they used to. So I do think this is going to be a great thing for Georgia operators. I know it's not ideal the way this has happened, and I know it can be a little just nerve-wracking and kind of scary because you're already nervous about your exam, right? But I really think this process is going to improve how quickly and the turnaround on your license, which is really good. Also, really important, guys, in protecting the integrity of the exam. I mean, really, that is needs to be high up on the list. And not to mention, I would just be totally heartbroken if I went and took a Class 2 wastewater exam, passed it, but I wasn't eligible because I was trying to take my Class 3. I mean, if you could do that, that's pretty cool. But now look at what's happened, right? You're in this huge kind of just, I don't even know what to call that. So to keep all that from happening, that's the reason why these new changes have been implemented. I know it could have been a little bit smoother, but let's show everyone involved in this some grace, including ourselves. I think it's going to be a good thing for all of us here in Georgia. So again, if you need to access this document, go to GeorgiaRuralWaterAssociation.org. Their official site, again, is linked in the description of this video. Go to news and announcements, and you can see the same exact PDF that I just read to you, and you can decipher it for yourself. Again, take a deep breath, guys. It's going to be okay. There is still a way to apply for your license and to be able to be eligible to go take that exam. Do what the official statement says. Again, this is just the initial statement. So the official changes, once they're made, I'm sure there will be another statement that comes out. I'll do my best to catch that one too and give you an update there. But officially, yes, it was a little bit messy on the exchange here. You can still sign up for an exam. You just have to go about it the right way. And it's right here in black and white in their official statement. So go check it out for yourself. And good luck. If you are taking that exam, make sure you check out my latest video. I'll link it in the end of this one here. 5 big mistakes that I think most people are making before their exam, so you don't make those, right? And good luck to you in the year 2026. This is going to get sorted out. It's going to mean great things for Georgia operators. Let's keep moving forward, and let's get you guys certified and passing those operators exams, all right? Because we need them right here in Georgia. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Comment below if you have any other questions or concerns regarding any of these changes or how we got to this right here. And as always, make sure you are subscribed to the Operator Mindset YouTube channel. That's all I got. Turn nerd out.